Hello. So I want to talk about the time where I was in Ocean City, Maryland, and this group of hoodlums decided they wanted to harass me, and the cops had to get involved because I don't know what's wrong with people who harass people they don't know, but attention seekers will be attention seekers. So basically, they freaking kept following me. They kept circling the block. Mind you, I was all the way at the end of the boardwalk, and so we started walking. Mind you, I was with my younger sibling who was not an adult. So we're walking, and I just start seeing these guys keep trying to slow down. They're impending traffic. Mind you, it's like a unofficial spring break, like college spring break, and I'm just walking, minding my business with my sibling, and they start stalking me, harassing me, yelling out things, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. Mind you, it's jam-packed. No one else is being bothered, and I'm like so humiliated because I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like, I don't like stuff like this, and people were like laughing it off, but the cops were not like that. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, like they're literally harassing me, and they followed them because the thing was, it was so bad that they kept circling. Like, they kept circling back, doing the same thing. Why are you harassing me? Why are you yelling out stuff at me? Like, I don't know you, and you don't know me, and I don't want to get to know anyone who would do anything like that. But these people have no sensibility of, like, this is wrong. Like, you shouldn't be harassing people. No, because they weren't raised right. And thankfully, the cops got involved. Because I've never, oh my goodness, like, it was so bad. I felt so uncomfortable, so objectified, and there was so many people like, bother someone else. Why are you bothering me? I want nothing to do with you, and I just don't understand. Like, it's all these people here. Clearly, I'm not interacting with you. Like, I'm ignoring you. Leave me alone. Don't circle the block. And they kept doing it to where the authorities had to get involved. And there was like a lady who was sitting on her steps who called for me too, and I appreciate her so much to this day. I appreciate her so much because I felt like in that moment, it's like I was hurt. Like, how do you explain it? Like, I felt put on the spot and obviously objectified, right? But then it was like women who were laughing with them, and I'm just like, you're a girl, you're supposed to like know better than this, but yet you're okay with them doing this. Obviously not all the women, because women helped me, right? And they called, and men were like calling them creeps, like, you need to go. And like they would leave and then circle back around, and I was with someone who was not an adult, so my guard was like all the way up. And like people started yelling stuff back at them because why are you bothering them? But anyway, the cops end up chasing them down because of what they were doing and giving them a ticket and making them all get out of the car. I don't know if anyone got arrested because I went back to my hotel because I was so uncomfortable, and it was just crazy to me because there's other people here. Why are you bothering me? If I don't want to give you attention, there's like plenty of women here. Maybe someone else wants to give you attention. Why are you harassing me? It was like so absurd, and it made me so afraid to like be in public because it's like, I don't know, like I took it to heart because that wasn't the first time I had been harassed, and I felt like vulnerable in that moment. Like, you're doing this in front of all these people, what do you gain? Like, they were calling me like a thought because like I wouldn't talk to them, and I'm just like, I don't know you, why are you bothering me? Like, I wanted to cry because it was like, but then it's like they get off on your pain. Like, they'd be like, oh, look, she's about to cry. And it's like, if I say something back to them, all of a sudden they're a victim. Oh no, she's being mean to us, she thinks she's better than us. It's like, why are you bothering me? This isn't the only time this has happened to me, but this is just one story of when it happened. Another time is when I was going to work, and I used to walk to work because I like to walk. I love to walk. It's like my favorite thing to do. So I was walking to work, and this group of guys, they came up to me and they was like yelling gross things at me. This was in Pumphrey, Maryland. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, they were yelling things at me like, oh, it was so gross. Oh my god. But anyway, the cops pulled them over, And that was like instant karma, and I love that for them because I was so hurt. Like, why would you yell stuff like that to me? And like when I looked up them in shock, they was like, they started laughing like it was okay. Like, I've done nothing to you and you want to harass an innocent person. I don't get that. And they always try to justify it as I'm stuck up, so that's why they did it. But I don't know you, so you don't know if I'm stuck up because you haven't said 2 words to me. You want to assume I'm stuck up so you can justify the way you're treating me, and I've done nothing to you. And I don't get that. Like, I don't understand why people just see me and are like, okay, well, I'm gonna harass this innocent person. There's all these people here, but I'm gonna harass you. Like, and then when I cuss them out, you know what? Now I'm all of a sudden the bad guy. No, you deserve it. But thankfully, thanks to the cops, I didn't have to. And that's why I love them, because they always have my back, mainly, as long as they're in a good neighborhood. But yeah, like, they had my back, and I was like really appreciative of that, because they instant karma. And like whoever called the cops on them too, because I think someone called the cops on them because of what they did. And then I walked past them and they kept their head down. They would not look me in the eyes, and I'm like, of course you wouldn't, because you're disgusting. Why would you do that to someone? I don't know you, and I don't owe you anything. And they're like trashy, so they'll be like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, I'm not gonna do anything, but the cops will, and I'm gonna start suing. Leave me alone. Like, that's so gross. I would never harass anyone, especially a stranger. Like, that's insane. In another recent time, I was in Woodlawn, but I didn't know I was in Woodlawn, Maryland. Okay, so I was going to drop something off, and I wanted to drop it off in like Linthicum, because I like Linthicum. It's nice, it's like peaceful, but unfortunately they couldn't, so I had to go close by. But I thought that was still like within, like, you know, that area, but no, it was in Woodlawn. And because I'm not that familiar with Baltimore, like, I'm not from here, so I don't really know. And I went, and a group of guys started harassing me, talking about my body parts and all these things that I'm just like, ew, don't talk about me. Like, that's not flattering to me. I know that may be flattering to some other people, but to me, that's not flattering. And I will not just take it as a compliment. It's gross. I don't want you objectifying me like that. And it's so funny is that, like, when I was still in Linthicum, I had an interaction with a guy, and all he did was say, thank you, beautiful, and went on about his merry way. Like, he was sweet, polite, and a gentleman. That's it. That's all. He didn't objectify me. He didn't do any of those crazy things, because you know why? He doesn't need to. He's secure within himself. Like, that's not flattering. I don't want people talking about my body parts, especially in a group of them. Like, I felt so disgusting in that moment. Like, they just kept pointing at me, like, look, oh, hey, oh yeah, like, all that stupid stuff they do. Like, I cannot stand that. Like, who's that, and then talking about your body or anything like that. I don't like it. That's not cute to me. I would never, like, leave me alone. Stay away from me. It's not, I don't understand. Like, I'm not judging people who do like it. I just don't. I don't like it at all. It feels gross to me. And you know what's funny? In the past, when I've actually said something back to people, because like they just wouldn't stop. Luckily this time I was close to my car, and I hauled to my car, got in it, and left. But any other time, they will be like, you're not even all that. And I'm like, okay, so then leave me alone. And they'll be like, man, I'm just playing. I just want to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk to you. Like, we get it. Like, you're going to scream at us after we don't want your advances because it's gross, and then you're gonna like try to humble us after you just tried to make an advance towards us. It makes no sense. If I wasn't all that, you would have left me alone to begin with, which is what I wanted. I wanted nothing to do with you, so leave me alone. I really don't understand humbling tactics, because no one's going to take you seriously when you have harassed them. If you never made advances towards them, this interaction would have never taken place. So they would have had no reason to, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't humble someone you just try to talk to. It's not going to work. Like, you can't say, oh, you're not all that after you try to talk to them. And then when you're like, if you're like me, and I'm like, okay, then leave. They'll be like, no, I like you. Why are you being so mean? And it's like, so you do find me attractive. Obviously, you wouldn't have bothered me if you didn't. Like, it's so stupid. I don't know why they think this is gonna work for them. Maybe it works with other people. I don't see it working. I don't see how that could work. I don't see how anyone could fall for that. Like, it's stupid. But I'm gonna end this here. It's really agitating experiencing things like this, and unfortunately I've developed like agoraphobia, is what my doctor said, from it, where like I fear being in public places. I'm trying to get over that now, but I feel like I've dealt with a little bit too much trauma of being harassed to where like now I'm trying to get back, you know, to going out and doing things I love. And I think I've talked about this, but I was being followed at a concert in DC, and luckily the security guard caught it and instantly stopped it. I just need security and officers to do their job, thankfully. The only time I've ever had a problem with like people not doing their job was in Baltimore City, but it's Baltimore, it's to be expected. Other than that, no, people typically do their jobs. Like, I had this one cop in Baltimore be like, yeah, I get it. And I was like, what do you get? What do you understand about this man harassing me? Because I don't get it. And then he couldn't say anything. Because, like, why are you trying to be chummy with a guy who's harassing people? It's not funny and it's not cute. Do your job. Like, that's it. That's all. But again, that was Baltimore, so it's to be expected. But yeah, I'm going to end this here. Thank you. Bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty.